Just moved in my new house today. Moving was hard, but I got squared away. Bells started ringing and chains rattled loud. I knew I'd moved in a haunted house. Still I made up in my mind to stay. Nothing was gonna drive me away.
Well, good morning, people. Welcome to build day 21. And as you can see, I'm not in the hunt. I'm out cruising around. I got a couple quick errands to do this morning. Actually, just one quick errand to do. Daughter needs her prescription picked up, so I gotta go do that real quick. Then we'll be heading back to the hunt. We've got a beautiful day, mainly blue skies, a couple of high clouds. No wind to speak of. So, by the look of it today, we're going to be finishing off what we were supposed to have done yesterday. Which is basically, we got the sewer room done with the liners and the fence, and then I had touch-up painting to do. So we're going to start the day off, kick the day off with some touch-up painting. Trying to drive and vlog at the same time. It's not easy. I see why Hellmouth keeps some Velcro or something on his dash to hold his camera when he's driving most of the time. Surprised he hasn't gotten in an accident yet. But anyway, get that touch-up painting done. And then it's moving on into electrical. We gotta get the power pole in and into place and wired up. I've got to get the power box for the LED low voltage system in today, and then we're going to start pulling out all the tubs. And yes, I still have a few tubs left, but it wasn't prop tubs. These are the tubs I keep all my electrical stuff in. And I got 5 or 6 of them, and we're going to go through and start getting everything into their displays. Not wired up, but into their displays. Minus the LED lighting. And then, oh well, hell, I'll give you more on that when we get into it. I'm still undecided on how I'm going to do it. Some years I go through and I put the lights up and put the lights up in one display, wire that display, and be done with it. Other years I go through, I put up all the LED lighting, and then I go back through display by display and hook it up. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do it this year. Oh, and I also wanted to give you a better view of the sewer room while we have some light out. So we'll have that thrown in here today at some point in time too. So, let's see, what else? Oh yeah, there was yesterday's vlog, there was a weird video spoof with the vlog yesterday. I have no idea how it happened or why it happened. But when I go through and edit this footage for this vlog, I usually edit it and then just save it to my computer and then upload it. Somehow though, yesterday's vlog ended up being a combo vlog of yesterday's vlog and the day before's vlog. The day before's vlog, I didn't touch that footage at all last night. So I have no idea how it got added to yesterday's vlog. But I did want to apologize on that. I noticed I got a couple of comments on it. It was a weird spoof vlog. I have no idea what the hell was going on with it. But with that said, I'm going to say goodbye. Get both hands on the wheel and go get my errand done. We'll be back, next segment, we'll be back at the hunt. Hey, we're home, and I thought I'd do my walkthrough now. I just got out of the truck, haven't even been in the house yet. But the wife was busy out here between rain squalls. She's got some corn up in spots. And sunflowers that we grew ourselves, we figured we'd put in, give it kind of a creepy look. Don't have the photo op out yet. But I promise you guys a look at the sewer room by day. And since I got to deliver my daughter's prescription into the house, I'll go the long way around. We'll go through the haunt, and you can kind of see what's been done in reverse fashion. She's got a lot of the detail work done in this display so far. So not too bad. She was busy. This is stuff she's all done this morning. And then we get in here to the sewer room. And as you can see, the fence really adds to it. First order today is going to be getting the paint out, and I got to go through and get all these 2x2s painted, and there's a couple some other things that need to be touched up. I still need to get that speaker into place. It's going to go down there. And then into the atomic fuel rod area. Ghost hall. And a different look at the heads up on the wall. We've gotten some stuff in here. No wiring as of yet, but wife's been having fun putting the creepy cloth in and what have you for the gypsy display. So a lot of work to do in here yet. And then the pirate display. She's got the cards out. She's put some corn stalks in. She's also gotten the treasure chest set up. With the rain, we've been leaving it covered. Even got some wine bottles, actually a sparkling cider, planted in there. Not much has been done in here. She's waiting for me to get my electrical done. Into the corn hall in reverse. And then we're into the torture chamber. And you're not going to see the graveyard because I'm not going out that way. I'm going in the house. But anyway, there's your kind of a walkthrough and a look at the sewer room. Like I said, electrical's going, or not electrical, but the touch-up painting is going to be first. So I'm going to go through, get that done, and then we'll start going over the electrical. Okay, boys and girls, going on about noon. Just got done with my touch-ups. My next chore, before I can do anything else, is the power pole. And I got to get it, the hose and crap out of it. I need to move it down there to that corner of the tent. And then run the wire all the way back to the shop and get it hooked up. That's the first stage in electrical. Just got done doing the electrical. This big thick line is all wired in and runs out to my power pole. I hate working on live circuit breaker boxes. In other words, circuit breaker boxes that have the power on to them. God, they drive my nerves nuts. One wrong touch and bam, you've got curly hair. Now my next step on this is to use one of these little doodads. You plug this in to make sure everything's hooked up right and what have you. And basically, you just, there we go. And then you look at your lights. And it looks like the circuit breaker's been tripped on the outlet. So we'll give things a little bit of a push. And I got 2 greens, and 2 greens means it's wired correctly. So that one's done. Now I just need to go through and do each outlet. There's 4 outlets on here. And then I'm going to go get some lunch. So I will see you guys after lunch. Now lunch is over. My stomach isn't rumbling as much. It's time for the next step. Now I've showed you the power pole. That was in last segment. And when I came upstairs from lunch, I brought my power box up from all my LED lighting. That's out the front porch. You'll be seeing that off and on through the rest of the build probably. Next stage to getting the Hahn electrified is getting what I call my trunk lines in. And that is basically these things here. They're a construction grade cord with 3 different outlets along its length. And I do 3 trunk lines, and we basically run all the 110 off of 4 circuits. Hence the reason for 4 outlets on that power pole. Each outlet has its own circuit breaker. 15 amp circuit breaker right now, and I can change them out up to a 20 amp. My box will support it. But anyway, I've got to get these all into place out in the hump before I can run any electrical to anything. That way I know where all my plug-ins are. Basically I wire these in, and then each one gets its own dedicated electrical line which runs back to the power pole. So that's my next step. I got to get out in the hunt and start getting these things put in. Okay, not sure what time it is. I know it's probably going on about around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Been busy out here. We've got all 5 zones into place and ready to go. Zone 1 is that yellow cord. It runs back through to the window down here, goes in, and it's plugged into my workbench downstairs. That's a 15 amp breaker. That's the one for the blow-ups that we've been using to power the blow-ups. Zone 2 is this plug here, this orange one, and that does the Spider, the Pirate, and the Gypsy display. Not very much 110 in there, so we'll be more than fine. That's a 15 amp breaker. Another 15 amp breaker is zone 3. Why am I saying another 15 amp breaker? They're all 15 amp breakers. But zone 3. And that one does the blacklight room, witch's display, and torture chamber. And then zone 4 here on this one where my thumb is, that does the photo gallery hall, the graveyard, and a little bit of the chain hall. And then I have zone 5 here, and that's my slop one. The only thing I have plugged into that is the arch and the buzzards down there, the orange lights on this fence, plus 10 can lights, which will all get party bulbs in them, red, green, and blue. And those will go all the way down the driveway. And I just got done getting the can lights in. Next chore now is I got 5 or 6 tubs downstairs. They have all my electrical in them. So now it's time to head downstairs and start pulling all that stuff out. There's some 110 stuff mixed in with that, foggers, the flame lights, stuff like that. I need to start getting that stuff into their displays. Not hooked up, but into their displays. And that's the next project for the electric portion of the haunt. Okay, peeps, pre-dinner. We've got all the electrical out here except for the black lights for the water. I don't want those things laying around out here and have them fall over, get stuff dropped on and shatter one of the fluorescent tubes. So those are still in the spare bedroom, and they are going to stay there until I'm ready to put them up. But barring that, I've got one tub that's been out here for a while now. It's got some of the orange and purple Christmas lights in it, a peeper, and a couple other things. Let's see, what was the other things? Oh yeah. The cords for 2 of my light boxes there. I've got my tub with all my LEDs in it, sitting over there. And that's probably going to be the last tub I get into. And then over here, as you can see, we've got that box there. It says Trib. Actually has blacklight room stuff in it, fountains and stuff like that. And I got more stuff back there, 6 tubs. And then I got all 4 of my foggers. I have no idea if they work. 3 of them are new from last year. I got one from the year before. And it's not so much a fogger as it is a smoker. So, gotta get those out. I think my plan of attack now is I'm just going to start going through tubs, and anything that needs to be put out is going to get put out into their display. They will not get wired up yet, but they will get into their display. That way I can start getting some of these tubs out of here. And then once we get through, make it through all the tubs, get everything out where they need to be, we'll start wiring things up. The only thing I won't be putting out will be the LEDs. LEDs will go out as I start setting up the displays. So like our first display is probably going to be the big cat display. I'll need 2 LEDs out there. There's some 110 stuff out there. We'll wire that all in, get it all wired up, hooked up, and good to go. Move on to the, the signage and the torture chamber, and just start working our way through the haunt, from the front to the back, and see how far we can get. I know I ain't gonna get anywhere near the LEDs today. I'm just not enough time, but we will probably start actually hooking things up tomorrow. Okay, it's dinner time. I've been working on getting some of the electrical out. I got 2 tubs empty so far. I'm working on the one now that has all the light bulbs in it. And it's surprising how many things have light bulbs in them. When we go to store them, naturally we take all the light bulbs out and put them in a different container so they don't get broke. But kind of wanted to show you this. Oh, that's showing up nicely on the camera. I got 2 flame pots for the Pirate. I plugged those in to test them. They're not wired exactly the way they're going to be. I still got get them wired correctly. I wanted to test them and make sure they worked. We also got the tea lights in the candles there, both in that one and in that one. And check those, they work, and I turned them off a while ago. I don't feel like turning them back on at the moment. Sorry, boys and girls. Going through the gypsy. Gypsy, gypsy, gypsy. In here, we got a little bit of work done. I had 1 tub marked for the sewer room, and it had my pumps in it, and hold on here, sorry about that, and we had some bric-a-brac that floats around in the ponds. There's one of my water blasters. I gotta get it into place, and I'm waiting until I get into this room to do all my electrical, and I'll do my air lines too. But got this stuff done. And then the other 2 areas we got done are out here. And I'll give you a quickie look at that because I'm going to unplug them so people don't assume we're open. Sorry, good look at the ground there. We got the arcs and the lights on the driveway lit. But we got the lights on the driveway done, and just simply those can lights with the colored light bulb in it, but we like the effect. You can see the red, green, and blue on the cobwebs. Nothing in here yet. Only thing on AC power right now is George. He ain't plugged in yet. Haven't gotten those anywhere near ready. I did put the flame pots in on the mausoleum. Again, I wanted to test them, make sure they work. The light bulbs have a habit of being a little wonky on them, and they're not wired in exactly right. That's not how they're going to be wired in for during the haunt. And then I got this one lit. You'll notice it's changing colors as it's supposed to be. And then I got this one over here going as well. Just basically to test the lights. But that's as far as we've gotten so far. Getting the bushes and the cobwebs to glow out there took a while. It took a while to sit down and get those all wired up. Wife just told me it's dinner, so I'm going to go in and grab something to eat. And then I think after dinner I'm going to come back out, and I got a ton of light bulbs to sort through and try to figure out where they go. And I think I'm going to try to get that done and do a little bit more out here. But past that, I'm going to go grab dinner. I'll talk to you later. Oh, hey people, it's going on almost 10 o'clock. Beat, I'm tired, I feel it today. Though I feel rejuvenated too. It's been nice getting into the electrical phase of it finally. Been a busy day. We got the trunk lines in. I got some of my touch-ups done that I need to do. We got some of the lights into place and they've been tested. You got to see some of that. So we've made it through probably 3 tubs today. Sorted through 3 tubs. Not everything is installed. I'm just kind of going through the tubs, testing lights right now, and then putting them out in whatever display they go to. I haven't done anything with the LEDs over there. The one thing I did get semi-installed that you haven't seen yet is my little cast iron stove. And let's see if I can get it to do its thing. Well, I wanted you to see the stove and what I ended up doing with it. I wanted it to have a look of a hot coals. And there we go. That's, you know, a real simple effect. That's going to be hooked up to the Scooby-Boo board. So I'll activate when the people come in to that area. And if you remember right, I got some of those fire and ice. It's the fire one, the little clear balls that ran on batteries. I'll give you a better look at them tomorrow. I've got a plug hooked into the back of them in the try-me slot. But anyway, that was the last thing I did. And I had to almost all the way dismantle that stove to get those things inside. The bases on them were so damn big. But anyway, tomorrow I've still got those tubs there, tubs to go through, get stuff out into their displays, and I've got that there, 4 fog machines, which I don't even know if they work. So those are going to need to be tested. But anyway, I got to get that stuff out in their displays, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll get started with actually wiring displays up, and by the end of the day we might have 1 or 2 displays done and ready to go. Will I make it to the blacklight display tomorrow? The sewer room, atomic fuel rods? I doubt it. I doubt it highly. It's a lot of work going display by display. We're looking probably sometime next week. We'll have all the haunt wired and ready to go. But anyway, I'm beat. I'm going to get inside. It's going to be a late night as it is, having to edit this and getting it uploaded. So I'm going to go in and get some sleep, get my work done on the vlog, and then get some sleep. So stay spooky, and Breakfast Club, stay toxic.